Hi there, lovely people. Today I want us to talk about how I saved my house deposit in the UK as a first-time solo buyer. I know this is a topic a lot of people might be interested in. I'm probably not the only one that has been in this situation. It wasn't really easy, but I got there in the end. This home that I'm living in has been bought by me. I managed to save the deposit fairly quickly. I'm not single. I do have a husband. When we came to the UK, I believe we rented for like 3 years. My husband was a student at the time. He got a student maintenance loan. He already had income from his family, so we didn't really necessarily need the money from the student finance. It was a nice bonus to have, but we didn't really want to waste the money. We didn't really want to spend it anyhow. So we were cracking our heads and thinking about what we can do with the money and invest it and, make things better for his life. It's high time we buy a house. Renting is becoming increasingly difficult. It's a waste of money. You're paying just someone else's mortgage. We thought that money that we got from the maintenance loan, we're going to put towards the deposit and then we're going to buy the house. Unfortunately, very soon we found out that we are not able to use the maintenance loan because me being a solo buyer, the deposit has to come from my income alone. We decided that we are going to live from my husband's income and the maintenance loan. So we're going to use it all. Instead of spending any of my income, we will put it towards the deposit. We're going to keep saving it. And that's going to prove to the solicitors and the bank that the money has indeed come from my bank account, from my own personal savings, from my salary. It was easier said than done. It can be a little difficult for you not to spend any of your money. Initially, we were just putting the money in the bank account. Soon I realized we have to find some sort of savings solution where we get money back. I have heard of savings accounts, but at that time, I don't think I had a savings account and I wasn't really savvy when it comes to savings accounts. I didn't know much. I didn't know what's the best interest rate and what's the best thing to do. On Facebook, I found a couple of groups for first-time buyers, mortgage advice for first-time buyers, and I found a lot of useful information. And a lot of that information is actually shared by mortgage advisors in the UK that are offering their services on Facebook, helping people out, giving them advice. I then, on those Facebook groups, found out about Lifetime ISA. The way a Lifetime ISA works, there's a lot of providers that you can choose. I, in my case, chose Moneybox. Moneybox lets you save the money and get a £1,000 gift from the government every financial year. So from April to April next year, the maximum that you can put is £4,000 in the bank account in the financial year, and the maximum return that you can get is £1,000. You're not able to withdraw the money unless you want to obviously be penalized. You're not only going to lose the money you got from the government, but you're also going to lose a little bit of your own money. For anyone that is doing the savings right now, saving for the deposit and thinking about opening a Lifetime ISA, if you're getting close to April, try to do as much as you can so that you can benefit from the money that the government gives you on the financial year. Because if you don't do that before April, from April, the date that it changes, it is going to start counting another 4,000. So it's basically you've missed out. You're not able to withdraw the money until one of the two criteria. So the first one is you've reached your pension age, you are retiring, then you can take out your lifetime savings and obviously use them without getting penalized, or you can take them out if you're a first-time buyer and you're buying your first house. And that is not going to be sent to you. You're not going to be able to take the money for yourself. The solicitor has to fill out a form and send it to Moneybox and request the money to be sent to the solicitor. The Moneybox app, I loved it. I loved it so much. It was very easy to use. It has a lot of options to save into the Lifetime ISA, like roundup, so you can round up the little money that you have in your account. You can set up payday payments. You can set up weekly payments where it keeps going in weekly. That's the one thing that we did to make sure that we are able to save the money successfully. I think at the end we saved around 12,000, so I believe we got like 3,000 from the government, which is amazing. The next thing that we did, we had to look at how we spend our money. So I went through a lot of our subscription services, a lot of our monthly bills, and try to adjust them, try to cancel things that we do not use. We also set a way of the way we buy groceries. We started buying groceries weekly. We would go on a Friday or a Saturday and buy our weekly groceries, everything that we need, and we would barely go to the store again throughout the week. And we'd also try to be very careful with the prices. We would always check the products based on like brand and no brand. If the no brand has similar ingredients, then we would probably go for the no brand because it's cheaper. Also, in the label, you can always check what is the price per kilogram or the price per piece compared to something else that you're buying, because obviously the packages have different weights and it might look that it's cheaper, but it's actually not. We also made sure that we are always checking which supermarket is the cheapest and the most value for money. We started shopping, I believe, in Aldi. We also did Lidl. In those supermarkets, the prices, especially at that time, were very competitive. Even to this day, they're very competitive compared to the higher supermarkets like Asda and Sainsbury's. God forbid, Sainsbury's is very expensive. Morrison's and Tesco, etc. Also, it is worth to check some products, some specific things are the same price but better quality in supermarkets like Asda, and they can be cheaper as well sometimes, so it's worth taking a look. But then you also have to think about, is it not going to cost you more going from one supermarket to the other to buy separate things? So for us, it's not really a problem because they're not too far away from each other and we can go to both on the same day. And max the whole shop with both stores probably takes us an hour and a half, so we can do that, especially because my daughter goes to dance school on Saturdays for 1.5 hours. So while she's in dance school on Saturdays, we will go and shop, and then obviously we don't have to do it with a kid telling us to buy all kinds of things while we're there. We also kind of stopped too much shopping when it comes to like clothing shopping and buying things that are not relevant. So one thing that I did is delete a lot of the apps that I had on the phone for shopping places, so like ASOS, Boohoo, etc. So to make sure that I don't get enticed to spend my money, I tried a couple of things when it comes to clothing shop. So mostly to buy clothes, I would buy secondhand clothes that were loved, pre-loved, especially because on places like Vinted, you are able to buy clothes that have not even been worn. They still have the tags, etc., but they're much cheaper than what you would pay for the full price in the store. So I did get a lot of bargains that way, not only for myself, but my husband buys it as well, and for my daughter. That is mostly how we tackled the saving situation to make sure that we save the money. We, I believe, saved the deposit. Maybe it was more than a year, maybe max 1.5 years. We did put a 15% deposit towards the house, and the reason I had to give a 15% deposit is because I only had pre-settled status at the time. I didn't have settled status yet in the UK because I've only been there living in the UK for 3 years. So yeah, that was our experience in saving the money for our deposit. Hopefully you got some ideas on how you can save better and how you can get a little bit of money back for the money that you're saving. So with a lifetime ISA, it's just a short, quick video to discuss how I save that money. If you like the video, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this about my life in the UK as an immigrant, I also plan on posting about intercultural, interracial relationships and marriage, and some daily vlogs of my life in the UK. So if you do want to see more content like that, subscribe down below. It was lovely having you guys here. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.